Hello, my name is Gerard Evans. I am the academic dean at St. Mary's School located in Shanghai, China. I'm also the history teacher as well on campus. And last year was my first year as the academic dean, and I was trying to figure out exactly what could be the theme for the school last year. And it just kind of came about um, while I was ad-libbing in front of the students and the staff, the idea of family, the idea that we are all family. Because over the last 3 years I've been on campus, what I've noticed is that there are the foreign teachers, and then there are the Chinese teachers. And for some reason, the Chinese students really don't respect the Chinese staff as much as the foreign staff. And so, as I'm in front of the school last year, at the beginning of school last year, I realized that one of the most important things to kind of tackle for the school year was to focus on family, to focus on the idea that we are all the same. We should treat each other the way that we would treat, ourselves and our family and friends. And so that became the theme for last year. Now, moving forward for this year, this past summer, a couple of situations came up while we're on summer vacation. One of those situations was that certain students were pretty much using the internet to bully other students. And so going into this year, I realized there was the importance of going over exactly the appropriate uses of technology, and also the idea of empathy and compassion. And so that's kind of be our theme this year. But thinking about my speech for this coming up school year, I, I kind of wanted to have a better idea and plan in place so that every student and every staff member can kind of follow the same guideline procedure moving forward. So, on my 14-hour plane ride from the States back to Shanghai, it gave me some time to think about exactly what I would want to promote or suggest, goals for the year. And in the process of trying to figure out exactly the goals for the year, I came up with an acronym using the letters goals. They're using the letters GOALS. And so the G is a focus on global citizenship. Our students are Chinese students, and their plans are to go to America. Most likely, they go to college, university, but also some of our students go to Canada, some of our students go to Europe, some of our students go to Japan and Australia. And so there needs to be, we need to stress the idea of becoming more aware of not only our local surroundings and our national surroundings, but also our international surroundings. So looking at us as global citizens, and what does that mean exactly, was one of the focuses I think we should stress this year on our campus. The second focus was the obstacles. Um, you know, being aware of what challenges us, what makes us, being aware of our academic strengths and weaknesses, being aware of our social strengths and weaknesses as well. I think sometimes, especially being in China, people are somewhat, afraid to kind of talk about the academic and or social weaknesses. And so, we focusing on dialogue and communication about, what is our strengths and what is our weaknesses, internally with students and with staff as well. Achievement, the A. Focusing on what makes us better learners. What can we do to help promote learning in academics in the classroom? What can we do to help when someone needs support, being able to address those issues not only as instructors but also as students. Our students are going to go away to the states or overseas, and so to be able to do that independently is important for our students. Language. I don't want to promote the idea that English is the best language or English is the only language, but I do want to stress the fact that English should be thought about first when addressing anything that happens in the classroom. And the last part is just support. Um, support in how do we use technology, support in being more sympathetic and empathetic towards our fellow students and fellow staff members. And so goals is kind of like my idea that I'm thinking about, using to help establish a foundation for the start of our school year.